Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, on behalf of your Denver-based podcast crew, we appreciate you joining us for the Friendly Vibes.
Coming to you live from TSS Hilltop, I am joined by two highly esteemed intellectuals. I mean, my goodness, he's got a leather-bound thermos, folks. Does it get more esteemed and intellectual than this way of carrying food and drink?
I'm also drinking a beer at 11 a.m. So
Don't break the fifth wall too much. We're just starting. To my left, the esteemed, the effervescent, the well-dressed, and over-rizzed? I mean, this guy, clearly, if he walks up to you in a bar, like, my panties are getting wet. Braxton Fuller, and a returning, we think the reigning most featured guest of Intolerable's history, Connor Moore.
Yeah.
Cheers, gentlemen. Good to have you.
Cheers. Cheers. Happy Pride, by the way.
So much happening in the world. We have Pride Month. We have the brink of World War III. We have, tension in the Chinese seas. Where do you want to start, gentlemen? Well, you want to talk about academia, your school arc? You're from Texas. You're a Texas man?
Yeah.
I'm from Texas. Yeah, I mean, what do you want to know?
Yeah, what about your... Tell me about your growing up. What was that like? Where'd you... Small town, big city living?
I grew up in a little slice of California in Texas. It's called Austin, if you've ever heard of it.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
I've been
Austin,
there.
Texas. Hey, you know, the original Young Jamie's from down there. I mean, Joe Rogan's in Austin now. He actually lives like 15 minutes away from my parents. I know right where he lives, dude.
Do you?
I do.
You didn't tell me about this when you were there?
I didn't tell you about that? No, I do. But anyway, I'm editor-in-chief of Rocky Mountain Caving, which is the quarterly publication for like speleological sciences here in Colorado.
And what is that, if someone doesn't have any idea
It's
what
like
you just said?
caving, you know, like, you know, crawling around, digging. I'm like I'm a digger.
Yeah, the stalactite.
Digger.
Like Dinger, the Rockies mascot. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but no, I mean, I really get down with discovering new caves.
Do
and
you
new
like the
sections
ones
of
that
caves.
come up from the bottom or the top? What is it, stalactites and
You know,
mites?
actually, we're in the wrong state if you want to see anything beautiful like that.
Interesting.
You know, Colorado and New Mexico and Wyoming have some of the most remarkable gypsum crystal formations in like the entire world. So, I mean, if you've ever seen pictures of Lechuguilla, you know what that is down in New Mexico? It's got gargantuan crystal chandeliers, you know, the size of friggin' Volkswagen bugs hanging from the ceiling. And we don't have any of that in Colorado, but we have stuff similar to that. That's like, you know, really substantial gypsum. It's a GYPSUM, gypsum. Can ChatGPT do
Close.
pictures now?
Yeah, oh yeah. To be honest, dude, the funny part is,
Yeah, that's
it's actually better than what was happening yesterday. No, let's stop. It can't be.
No, that's Lechuguilla right there.
Oh, right there it is.
Yeah. No, I mean, you see, it's like these big white crystal formations, and here in Colorado, yeah, shit like that, yeah.
That's the kind of stuff that used to make the rock candy you'd make as kids is what it looks like.
Yeah. It's forbidden to touch it, but sometimes if you accidentally bonk a formation on the ceiling, it makes a ting, and you just get a sexual fucking vibration all over your
430
body.
hertz, or what are we
That
talking?
was 4 million years of history I just destroyed with my helmet.
Damn.
That is so cool.
You're not allowed to, but it happens on accident.
Right. How did you get into this field? Have you did you grow up checking around caves and being out in the, because Austin doesn't have a ton of.
No, it does. Texas is very substantial. So Texas is on the Edwards Plateau, which is like a gargantuan slab of lime. Do you know what limestone's made out of?
It's sedimentary, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't. That's a big word.
Give me the classification of limestone. Is it metamorphic?
It's a dead coral and crabs and shit. Yeah. It's like dead, you know, sea organisms.
So it's got very fossil heavy.
Yeah, very fossil heavy. And so limestone forms where something was once under an ocean. So like Texas used to be underwater, and there's this big slab of limestone called the Edwards Plateau, and it's got a ton of caves.
So that would have been back in the day, like on the seafloor a big
coral reef.
Yeah.
It would have been a coral reef, and over millions of years, coral keeps growing and dies, and it gets compounded and crushed beneath the new coral. So when you're going caving, you're really scuba diving in a Jurassic fucking it's pretty cool.
Damn,
it's pretty cool. But I got into caving, man. It was the worst time in my life, man. I was a CNA, if you know what that is, certified nursing assistant. I was working in memory care. So, I was taking care of, Alzheimer's patients, dementia patients.
People that forget that you wiped their ass 5 minutes ago.
Exactly. And then they shit themselves 5 minutes later. Yeah. But it was the worst day of my CNA career. And it was actually the day I put my 2 weeks in, where I had cleaned up like 7 shits that day. And I had been punched in the face and by a dementia patient. And you can't even hit him back, it's like you can't hit Joe back, And he punched me in the face and called me a faggy. And I cleaned up his shit 7 times.
Why is that way better?
I know, it's funny as fuck. It's funny as fuck.
That's crazy.
But I came home and I needed to shit, like me personally. Yeah. And I just sat down on the toilet and I cried. Because the only thing I had done all day was clean up shit. And I just couldn't do it anymore, And then I Googled, like I felt like all the stories of my childhood, Indiana Jones, Ernest Shackleton, like these great stories of adventure and discovery.
John Krakauer? Did you read John Krakauer growing up at all?
Oh, yeah, of course. Into Thin Air. Absolutely. Jeez.
Under the Banner of Heaven's a great one, too, if you like some religious.
Of course.
Have you read Under the Banner of Heaven? I feel like you'd like that.
No.
It talks a lot about, like, Mormon extremism and conservative faith-based, like, groupthink, basically.
Under the Banner of Heaven?
Under the Banner of Heaven by John Krakauer. Someone who I'd love to have on the pod. If there's any weird backdoor way that this found your way to you, he's outside of Boulder.
I just submitted an article to Outside Magazine where he initially published. I just submitted an article. Hopefully,
Bill's start was in 4-wheeler. Like he started writing about off-road. My uncle who started Earthworm, he would write about going out and camping and taking pictures in 4-wheeler magazine, and then that started.
Fuck yeah, man!
John Krakauer, wrote some of the greatest books of all time, and he started writing articles in Outsider.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Is he still a part of Earthwormer?
He's passed now.
Oh, yeah.
How insensitive.
I know.
How freaking
I should have known that one. Damn.
It's okay. I know, dude. It's rough.
I feel like a shitty friend now.
No,
Sean.
it's okay. Dude, I wish we could have got him on the pod. So
yeah.
He was just about to come on the pod.
What year did he pass?
He passed a little over 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Made it through COVID. That's good. Anytime anyone's like someone recently passed, I'm like on Wikipedia. I'm like,
vaxxed?
What?
Question mark?
Chloroquine or whatever.
Hydrochloroquine.
Yeah. Hydrochloroquine. Deep pandemic cut, man. No, dude, but then I Googled, where can I find something? Like, where can I still discover something? And it was like, space, not rich enough to do that.
Yeah.
Bottom of the ocean, not rich enough to do that. Caves, I'm just dumb enough to crawl around for 12 hours and swing a fucking hammer at a wall.
Wow.
To bust into some new cave.
That's great. So you're like, how do you even know when there might be a new cave as part of an existing cave?
I mean, there are clues. I mean, it is like playing hide and seek with an earthworm in your garden. You don't know that the earthworm is there, but you just have to, get a shovelful out and see if that pesky fucking earthworm is there. But there are clues. Most digs start as
Oh,
saying if you want to be in the frame.
My bad. I didn't realize if I was in it or not.
You're in it. You're solid, but
sorry, boys.
The Nutty Putty. I always love seeing the
This is the one where the guy crawled in and got stuck face down. The memes.
Well, I've been genuinely stuck a couple of times. Yeah, well, no, I mean, like, you build...
that.
Podcast over. No, I mean it's just like anything. I mean, you build up to it, hey, look, I don't know sports, but LeBron wasn't dunking when he was 12, and I mean maybe he was.
He probably dunked for the first time.
But no, you
like
build
12.
up to it. I mean, there are times where you start caving and you think you're stuck. And as a wise man once told me, Mike Frazier, one of the most prolific and famous cavers in the United States, he told me, if you can move any part of your body, you're not stuck. And
whoa.
Yeah.
That's freaky to think
Yeah,
about.
yeah. But getting actually genuinely stuck, like there's this cave actually near here in Colorado. It's called Queens Canyon Cave. And
Pull that up, Jimmy.
you won't be able to find it. I mean, like every cave is secret.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We keep everything locked down. There are 4,000 caves in Colorado, and only like 2 or 3 of them come up on public searches.
Dude, there's one on Highway 42 called the Crack that we've gone.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That thing's crazy.
The Crack.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we called it, but I'm sure the cavers have probably.
I'm sure you guys have
Is it even a cave though?
0.242.
No, every cave is fucking funny. Like I found a cave one time and I named it a Slinky-Dinky-Donk.
The Slinky Dinkers, dude.
Slinky-Dinky-Donk Cave, dude.
Dang. So like, are most of these caves on just public lands? Like the lands are going to sell off now to China and fucking BlackRock?
A lot of them, and I shouldn't be saying this, but a lot of them are on private property too. And a lot of the owners, like Slinky-Dinky-Donk Cave is on private property, and it was never recorded. Like we have this state organizing body called the CCS, the Colorado Cave Survey, that compiles information on the location, the map of, and like the data of every cave in the state. And it wasn't registered with the CCS, which is how you know it's a new cave, which is how you get to name it,
Oh, sick. So because you found it, you actually legit got to name it.
Yeah, you get to name it. Yeah.
That's sick.
So it is like this, it's the last true thing you can discover, like you said.
It's like you and me, the last thing you and me can discover,
Right.
Like you seem pretty fucking stupid, like myself.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Not stupid enough to go in a cave like this.
Yeah. Hey, but that's
also, I'm too big to do caving. Let's be honest.
No, you're not. There are a lot thicker guys than you.
This guy can cave.
I can take him caving. I know plenty of caves I could take.
That's like saying, well, you could be a jockey and we can compete. You can compete. No, dude. You bringing back Secretariat?
You could run. It just would be like 50 meters.
Yeah, that's the
Dude,
yeah.
That's what Braxton will do, though. He'll just be, no, you're chilling. You're chilling. Don't worry. We'll walk into this cave.
Have you gone caving with him?
No. But my girlfriend has, and that shit.
Oh, hang on. Technical difficulties, folks.
Dude, did that memory card, was it cleared?
Yeah, I cleared it. But you can also look at the back of it and just double check that.
Yeah, you gotta tell that story. You have to tell that story.
Nah, but it's literally like...
What's the story?
Well, I mean, he'll just be like, he'll just downplay it the whole time. And next thing you know, you're rappelling down 200 feet into a canyon. As Lindsay was saying. It was really, like, she said it was a very difficult but, like, rewarding experience. So... And I don't doubt that at all, but as of right now, you ain't catching me trying to struggle and possibly suffocate right now.
Because Connor doesn't go outside.
No, I go outside.
Do you bring in like a little like gas meter? Like, there's not just like dead air down there?
So there is a cave that I've been in called Vapor Cave 2.
Electric Boogaloo?
Vapor Cave, yeah. No, there are three Vapor Caves. Vapor Cave 1, 2, and 3. And Vapor Cave 2 is no joke 150 degrees on the inside with 100% humidity. And no, it's terrible.
Dude,
it's terrible.
Braxton rolls up to like statistics, right, this last term. He's like, yeah, I just went and did Satan's ass crack. And I'm like, okay.
Hey, it's called the devil's anus.
Okay, sorry.
You're gonna fucking quote it.
Sorry. I got close. And then he's just like showing me pictures of like him going through like a crack or one of your buddies.
Yeah.
And there's just like, water just rushing down like He's like, oh, you gotta hold your breath for a little bit, but you'll be fine. It's like, what?
Whoa,
No,
bro.
but
So
vapor-
it's a Vapor 2, yeah.
Vapor Cave 2 is what he's talking about. The water is legitimately boiling water. And so like I had thick rubber PVC gloves on that were duct taped to my Cordura caving suit, and I had rubber boots on that were duct taped too. So to like, to not let any of the water in.
Because you could get seared from it.
Yeah, genuinely. And then under that, I had a wetsuit that I had soaked in the Colorado River, and it was the middle of winter time, so it was freezing cold water. And then above that, I had a construction vest that I had super glued like 24 ice packs onto. And so then you go down into the cave and you enter this like first chamber, and then there's about a hole about this big that has like, it's about half full of this boiling water coming out of the fucking ground. And you have to crawl through the boiling water, and then you stand up on the other side of that, and you're in a room called the Lake of Fire. And the group that I went in here with, we were the 4th, 5th, and 6th people ever to cross the Lake of Fire.
Whoa, dude.
And you walk through waist deep boiling water. And by the time I got out of there, like I stood up in the middle of the Lake of Fire and I was having a panic attack. And my buddy Micah had to fucking grab me and pull, because I mean, like, and yes, we had a gas monitor. To answer your question, that cave, because it's a sulfur cave, because, it's what you would call a hypogenic cave, like the water's coming up from below, and you don't know what gases are coming in that water. And I'll send you guys the video if you want to fucking include some of the video on here.
We can
You're
absolutely
welcome to.
cut in some video here.
Okay, we are filming. Yeah, it's still really blurry, but we'll do what we can. Yeah, I'll try. I don't know. This video might end up being dookie. Alright, here we go.
Yeah, just keep like working on it.
Worst comes worst, at least you see it.
Yeah, you can.
Ugh. Gotta get my helmet on. It's all weird. Like, it just feels totally different right now. Come on now. Okay, I might need help with the strap. Can you help me? Strap. You're good. Alright, fellas.
Send it.
Let me get in front.
This way?
Yes, let me get in front, please. Just be careful with these walls. I mean, you gotta touch them, but... Mike told me. Okay, I want to try to keep the camera clean, but I don't think it's gonna work. Okay.
It's this way?
Yes.
Good Lord.
Oh, it's hotter. Oh, hold on. Just hold on a sec. It is extremely hot in there. It is not hot at all in here.
You want me to see if I can squeeze the parts?
No, I think I can do it. I just gotta sort of go in facing the left. And my hand will be in the water. So, alright. The longer I wait, the harder it'll get. Let's do it. Holy shit! I'm in. Get in here. You have to. Wow.
It's not deep.
It'll go up to your knees. Oh. I'm just constantly wiping this camera, trying to keep it clean. I want to get at least some good footage.
All right, you're clear, Braxton.
Come over here.
Take that back, Liz.
Get over here, Lid.
Soaking wet.
Get over here. Hurry up. Go faster.
I need to get my feet out.
You're gonna have to sit right here.
You hold this.
Why do we have this? You are drenched in sweat.
So it's a good thing.
Yeah. Hurry up, Braxton.
Oh my god.
It's beautiful, isn't it? Wow. I mean, I really hope this is picking up on me. Braxton, get up, dude. All right, Braxton, look. I'm gonna go over there. You need to shut up. I'm sorry. You need to get your camera out, because I don't want to be in that water for long. You need to get out of the water, dude.
Okay.
Get over here. Come here right now. I know it's hot. You're gonna sit where I'm sitting. Take this, I'm gonna go over there. But I don't want to be over there for
Okay.
long, so you better
Okay.
hurry up.
You need to give me a second.
I can't.
1 second.
Golly, is it beautiful in here. That water is hot, boy. It is steaming. Ooh, burning my flesh up. Oh, I'm gonna be red. Holy shit. Holy shit, it's hot. Holy shit, it's hot. I just gotta get out of the water.
Highest temperature.
Yeah, 100%. I know, I just gotta get out of that water. Make sure your lens is clean. Don't let me blind you.
Braxton, get up closer.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Is this it?
Yep, this is like a fire.
Oh, this ain't bad.
Let's get the fuck out of here, guys.
Yo, low-key, honestly, I'm not doing bad. This is like the sauna for me. I'm honestly thriving.
Yeah. No, this isn't horrible. Okay, wait, I'll take a couple more pictures.
My mouth is really dry. I'm gonna start heading out.
You're good, Micah.
All right.
Stay.
Trying not to collapse this in here. Can you imagine if we
Micah,
died in here?
Turn off your headlamp.
Yeah. Just remember, I'm in this water.
Okay. Okay. Wow. Holy shit. This is gonna be a good photo. Hope.
Well, hurry up and get it, because I'm burning alive right now.
Okay.
Go on and put out Micah.
Hold on.
Get out.
No, just tell me when you're ready. Get it.
Okay. Bam.
I'm out of here.
Okay.
My mouth is so doggone dry. Oh, and so freaking unstable in here. These walls, they just crumble at the touch. I'm a little wedged right now. Oh, there we go. Feet are super wedged. I can't seem to get them to come out. There we go. Okay, I'm good. I'm out of there, boy. All right. Fresh air. Oh, it feels so good. Oh, it feels so good. Okay. Oh, that was brutal.
Yeah, man. No, it's terrible though. It's terrible.
Whoa.
Terribly sick.
Yeah, the heat index is like 220, 230 in that cave.
So what's your time that you can be in there? Like, you have
I was in there for 15 minutes, and by the time I came out, so by the time, you go into the cave, go through the Devil's Anus, stand up, cross the Lake of Fire, fucking cross the Lake of Fire again, go through the Devil's Anus, come out of the cave. By the time I came out of the cave, like, my mouth was completely dry, and I was having, like when they say you're on the verge of heat stroke, and you're just getting these, like, you're shivering, like, you feel so cold, like genuinely, yeah. I think 15 minutes is about your limit. And then my ice packs melted fucking immediately within minutes of being in there.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa, dude. Got to put some frozen peas in next time. That's crazy. That is insane. And so you got, like, what, do you take in GoPros, or how do you capture footage?
So GoPros, actually, yes, we use GoPros normally, but when we were in that cave,
Devil's Anus, you can't fit it, it's too.
No, when we were in that cave, we had to have a special firefighter's camera, because GoPros actually overheat at like 93 degrees, and so we tried to acclimate. The footage is pretty bad. I'll send it to you, and you're welcome to use anything that you want from it. The footage is pretty bad because the camera keeps fogging up, and so we actually went down into the cave, set the camera on a box in the cave, and tried to let it acclimate to the temperature, so that it wouldn't fog up. But it still did.
Yeah, I saw everything.
It took us a year to plan. I mean, genuinely, like, because
it's like a summit type thing.
Yeah. We had gone there. We had found the cave because the cave was lost for a long time, because like the railroad blasted it shut, and we had to fucking. Look, man, I'm going to get in trouble, but, I'll tell you the story, dude. I mean, we had to go to the railroad, and then we had to dig the cave out, like on railroad property in the middle of the nighttime at 2 a.m. And it took us 3 attempts of doing that to actually find the cave, because there were multiple sites that we were confused. There's this book called Caves of Colorado by Lloyd Paris. It's published in 1972, 1973. It was a, like, I'm not going to get into the history too much, but it was a big problem with the caving community because it publicly published the locations of caves. So it was only published from 1972 until like 1975, when the National Speleological Society...
Can you get me this book?
No. That book's like $400. I can get you. I have a copy. You can't have it.
we gotta blow up and get our own copy of this book for the studio, because that's like a piece of Colorado history. I have to have one.
Yeah, man. But so it talks about the location of Vapor Cave too.
And so you're going off of hints, basically.
Yes, basically hints. And then like people who had visited it 20 years ago before it was blasted shut, and you're like talking to this old fucking man,
Speaking of old fucking men.
Dude,
let's flip these wings real quick. We'll be right back. Have you listened to the radio before? You ever listened to radio when you're caving, the AMs and the FMs? Do they reach?
No, they can't get underground, dude. You can't get anything underground.
Well, hopefully this secret radio signal that we're broadcasting can get under to the underground aliens or whatever people think there's down there. Antarctica, Atlantis, whatever it is. We want to dig deeper. Maybe you know anything about those people who run into any aliens down there. We'll figure it out soon. We'll be right back after this signature station identification. You're listening to 91.1. Oh shit, was that another plane? We'll be right back.
In a full-scale conflict, they're probably going to consider... Like, it's like Russia, right? Like, they're going to consider protecting certain age groups, especially the younger men, if they can.
If they can, yeah. I mean, have you seen just the meat waves of, like, 50-year-old men and, like all the...
We're coming back with caves, gentlemen. We're talking about war. We're coming back with caves. I don't give a fuck about war anymore. I want to talk about caves.
War and caves.
We're back. We're live. The wings, I can't speak today, but we're back and we're live, and we're talking about caves, not war. We'll get to war later.
All right.
Hold your fucking.
I have a good segue. There was a battle fought in a cave.
There's a battle fought in a cave. Sure. Let's talk about this. Were you done with all the story about this? Because you were talking about this book. I don't know if you finished it. Completely getting your 2 cents out about how bad this book was for the caving community.
So Lloyd Paris in the 1970s published a bunch of maps and a bunch of cave locations, and like the maps are copyrighted. So like I'm a cave cartographer. I make maps of caves. But when you make them, you put a little copyright symbol down at the bottom, and so they can't be copied and distributed without your permission or knowledge. And Lloyd Paris, he was a caver in the 1960s for like years, so he had all these maps and he published them without like people's consent. And so this is the direction that the caving community took that was different from the rock climbing community. So like the rock climbing community commercialized, publicly posted the location of all these crags that you can climb at, but the caving community went a different way. Like, to be a caver, you have to be a responsible scientist, and you have to be involved with the National Speleological Society. And anybody can join the NSS. You can join the NSS, you can join the NSS, you can join the NSS. And all you have to do is join your local club. They're called grottos. Like, I'm co-chair of the Southern Colorado Mountain Grotto, and I'm on the board of trustees for the Williams Canyon Project, which, like, manages access to, Cave of the Winds down in Colorado Springs. So they own that whole canyon, if you've ever been there.
Okay.
And in addition...
It's been many years.
Yes. In addition to Cave of the Winds, there are 5 other gated wild caves in that canyon. Narrows, Breezeway, Hucka Cove, Land of the Swirling Mist, and and Pedro's, the Manitou System. And so we partner, the National Speleological Society partners with Cave of the Winds to scientifically study those caves, to manage access to those caves, to, study them. And like, genuinely, if you want to go caving, anybody listening out there on the fucking waveforms, just go to caves.org, type in your zip code, and it'll show you your local caving club, and they will take you caving and teach you responsible caving practices.
That's so cool.
But we decided not to make any money off of it, as opposed to rock climbing.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was by and large this book that did it. That, like, there was a huge fight about it in the 70s and 80s.
Wow. And so because of that, caving isn't mainstream to near the degree that rock climbing is.
Well, and in part of the same way, everybody is fascinated with caves. Whether you're a cave file, a speleophile like me, whether and every caver is like obsessed with them. Like every caver, if you
is autistic.
Is autistic about fucking caves,
It's your
Oh, dude.
Like it's your trains.
They're an interesting group. Very kind people.
Yeah.
I went down to Austin for this like Georgetown Law event with Braxton, and we then went to, what was the name of the event? But it was a big
Texas Cavers Reunion, TCR.
Yeah, TCR. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, like super nice people, down to earth people, but they're hell bent on some caves, dude. Like this shit's a religion,
No, I took him to he's never been to a cave, but he's been to one of the cave parties. And cavers, like every cave party, it costs like $20-$50 to get in, something like that, but you have as much beer as you could possibly drink for free. And so I get pretty much blacked out at every fucking caving fucking event. I gotta do some damage for my ticket price, dude.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Did you guys go caving during TCR?
No. I mean, like, it isn't that kind of event. There are scientific talks. There are cave, like,
and
vendors.
You're just black rip shit.
Tell me about biogenic fucking speleothems, dude.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, man. No, it's a good time. It's a really good time.
Have there ever been moments where you got in a situation or you had to question whether you wanted to keep caving, or anything that did you ever, when one of the times you were stuck, did you ever get out of being stuck and then be like, well, maybe I'll take some time away from caving?
Dude, there's this squeeze. So I'm always anxious about getting the yips.
Cavers get yips.
No, the yips. No, it's a common saying. If you do something that you're good at and you fuck it up epically, and then you get scared to do it again. It's like if you really loved basketball and you like were playing basketball and you lost really bad, you know, and you were scared to step on the court again.
Sure.
So like when I brought up Queens Canyon Cave, I was actually telling the story. There's like there's a secret part of Queens Canyon Cave that we bury anytime we go to it because it's just too beautiful of a room. And Queens Canyon Cave, like local kids go there all the time. So like we keep this room buried and locked up. But anyway, the squeeze that you go down is like a U-bend, so it goes down and up like that, and it's dusty as fuck. It's drier than your grandma's coochie on Easter Sunday. Like, this is a dry fucking cave.
Okay.
And so you pull out all the dust out of this fucking U-squeeze, and I've been stuck. The only time I've been stuck is in this cave, and it's happened like 3 times at the exact same squeeze. And you go down, and I didn't dig it out enough, so there was still a bunch of fucking dust right here, and I started going like this, and my legs were up, and my face was getting like pushed down into dust, so my nose was half buried and my mouth was half buried, and I started freaking the fuck out, you know. So like you know, if you watch new cavers go through a crawl, not a squeeze but a crawl, you know. Are you pointing at me?
Yeah, is there a name for that squeeze?
No. There's not a name for that squeeze. Grandma's coochie. Hey, I'll start calling it that, man. But I fucking going into it. I like a new caver. Like if you went caving with me, and you went through a spot that was kind of tight, like you wouldn't be stuck, but you would start like thrashing around, you know. And I started doing that, and that's when my friends were like, "Hey, hold the fuck up," because when you start doing that, you can injure yourself, you can get more stuck, and that's what I did. I got more stuck. I buried myself more in the dust, and I started fucking screaming. And my buddy Nathan Shadle, shout out to Nathan Shadle, he fucking puts his feet up on the wall and grabs my legs and fucking pulls me out, and I'm bleeding across my across my whole stomach. But I'm always scared of getting the yips because caving is like the only thing that makes me like really happy. Like I'm kind of broken on the inside, you know, a little bit.
I'm there too. I'm with you.
You know, and without it, I'd be fucked up. And I knew that if I left that cave, I'd be scared to go back into a cave, you know? So just fucking hit the squeeze again, you know?
Wow. Bloody and all?
Dude,
yeah, bloody
shit's
and
metal.
all.
Yeah,
Shit's metal.
pretty metal.
But I've been stuck at that same spot 3 times. I'm actually going there on Sunday, dude. I'm going to that same fucking cave on Sunday to dig at a spot in that cave. But I'm actually scared, dude. I don't want to go through that fucking squeeze again.
That's sick, dude. Well, do you have any pictures of that, like, really spectacular room you were talking about?
Yeah. I'm the last fucking film photographer in caves. I shoot on 35 millimeter.
Oh my God, so sick.
Yeah, I know, right?
That is so sick. Can we, if you want to send any over, we'll put some in the app.
I'll send you a bunch of shit.
Drop some in.
But I use a scuba diving camera from 1983. It's called a Nikonos 5. But it's a dive camera.
Search dive camera. It might help.
See, I wonder, like, because I got my open water dive.
No, yeah, that's my camera right there.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That thing looks sick. Yeah.
That is so sick. How long have you been shooting with that thing?
Man, I've been shooting on it for about a year. I mean, film is a limited format nowadays, you know. So it took me a long time to get good shots out of a cave, but I've really probably only been getting good shots out of a cave for the last like 3-4 months.
That's gotta be so difficult.
It is, but nothing beats the look of film. Not to sound like a pretentious asshole, but nothing beats the look of film, man.
I'm kind of with you there. I've been wanting to venture back in myself to film photography in particular.
You should, man.
Yeah, I started just doing it as like a hobby thing with all my free time. Before they draft me into the war, right?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, no, that's super sick. So wait, what like differences is shooting in a cave? Like what challenges, how do you overcome some of those challenges that you're presented with to get a good shot?
So I mean, look, up in color film nowadays, they only stock up to 800 speed. So, like, you know, like you guys know cameras, 800 ISO is the most it comes in nowadays. My preferred method, it's expensive. So, like, I got film shots out of the Lake of Fire, the Devil's Anus. But and that I dropped some money on, and I did special processing on Portra 800. So Kodak's Portra 800 film, I push processed it to 1600. So you shoot Portra at 16. So you shoot the 800 film at 1600. Okay. So you're underexposing it, but then you over process the film, and it gets stunning colors. Like, I've never seen anything that gets better colors out of a cave than push processed Portra. And then in black and white, it actually still goes up to 3200 ISO. So I crank some fucking 16, some 32, black and white in caves, but you know, people don't really like those. It's not very popular to fucking get some black and white shots.
I don't know. I think black and white is so desirable. Yeah. Personally, I think it's so sick,
dude. I know.
Whenever I'm playing like the lottery game in my head of like, oh, if I had whatever amount of money, I keep looking at those Leica M2 monochromes. It's like
schmexy.
They're this LIECA. Yeah.
No, those are some schmexy cameras.
You're talking 10K. Easy.
How much did yours cost, man? It's a titanium body and it's like old, but it couldn't have been cheap.
No. Actually, so the thing about film, other than like Leica, dude, Leica comes at a premium in the film community. Like
Leica's like the best cameras in the world, and they're basically hang on, let me throw a caveat on that.
Yeah.
The best cameras in the world in that they are like the Louis Vuitton bag or the you know, they are a brand recognition ideal of luxury and craftsmanship. Whether that craftsmanship is still unbeaten by competitors, it's definitely up for discussion.
Yes. So my Nikonos 5 I got on eBay for $250. And like, so yeah. And like, if my Nikonos breaks, on the off chance that it does, I'll just get another one.
Exactly.
You know?
That's sick.
Especially if you're doing film and you're learning, that's how you want to. There's no reason for, but this is like, you get the film stuff in the also range of a non-film digital camera. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
And above ground, I shoot on a Canon A1 from like 79, I think it is. But
nice. Canon A1.
I just found a Leica body like camera in a Goodwill in Colorado. I saw it not so long ago. I think that's like $35. Oh. It was on what is this fine?
Jesus. That's like going into an abandoned mine and finding some 150-year-old Levi's. Yeah.
Do people find like treasure in any caves and stuff?
Oh yeah, in mines, right? Well, maybe not caves, but mines.
So caves,
like, does anyone ever come across any like really spooky cool stuff or weird treasures? Or
part of being a responsible caver is if it's in the cave, it stays in the cave.
Nice.
Unless you're an archaeologist or a paleontologist or something like that. So like one of the most prolific cavers in Colorado, his name's Donald Davis. He's about 107 now, but he's still alive up in Fort Collins. Yeah, he was actually on the cover of National Geographic. So like, people forget that. Well, anyway, I'm fucking digressing. I did a video interview with Donald Davis, and he was telling me that he was rapping into the closed section of the Grand Canyon. Back in the 80s.
That's where they used to really hide the alien tech.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, and he was rapping down a cliff, and he dropped into this virgin cave that hadn't been documented before, and in it was an Anasazi pot. Like a perfect ancestral Puebloan, still perfectly intact. And he came up, and he tells the story on the video interview that I got. It's posted on YouTube. And he takes off the cap, and inside is a figurine, like a doll, like it's like made out of like bundled up leaves, you know. And it's a perfect doll. And he just puts it back in, puts the cap on, and he never told anybody where it was. because he's a responsible fucking caver.
Whoa.
Yeah, man. But I mean, there's a bunch of shit in caves. Like there's a cave in Williams Canyon that the organization that I'm on the board of trustees for. It's called Land of the Swirling Mist Cave, and it has some of the most significant paleontological finds in Colorado. In this section of the cave called the Boneyard, where like you can walk up and there's like right on the wall there's like a 3-toed sloth bone that you can just like see. It's like stunning, man.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Lots of treasures in caves, but you can't take them out.
No, but that's cool that you can go and look at them in the caves. At least that you guys, well, I didn't know how the community would feel about like, oh, there's a cool thing in this cave. Like we can bring,
let's take it.
like we can bring people to see the cool thing and all agree not to take the cool thing out of the cave. Like that is so cool that the community has a foundational, like, you know,
respect.
Yeah, dude, that's tough to have that kind of across people.
That's kind of like a cool modern thing, like a bunch of bloody money in it.
I was caving in West Virginia one time, man, in this cave called Stillhouse, and in Stillhouse there's a Prohibition era alcohol still.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
Don't take that.
Yeah,
That's
and it's like degraded as fuck. I'll send you guys a picture of it as well. Yeah, I'll send you guys anything you guys
I'll
want.
really do my best to put stuff in where it belongs in this episode. I'll take my time editing this one.
Yeah.
Drink a bottle of Shine. Next to that still. Spit and say, yep.
I can't fucking imagine. It's actually like deep in this fucking cave. It's like a mile into this cave. I can't imagine how they got it down there and how they didn't fucking die.
Yeah.
Like, you know, because it makes like gases and shit, you know?
Totally, bro. That is ridiculous. Wow. Caving sounds fucking legit.
You should come caving with me. I'll take you caving.
I should go caving sometime. That sounds insane. I apologize for this weed whacking that we're hearing in the back this year. We should make moonshine in a cave.
We should, actually. That's a good idea.
It is. Phenomenal.
Yeah, this is like my shit. This gets my heart going because like adventure is it's so important to the American ideal.
It's
and
the
I think
human ideal.
And the human ideal especially, but you know, for what it means to be Americans and what the foundation of exploration and conservatism means for America, especially when you see the threats of selling off all those public lands right now and, you know, sneaking stuff into bills to just fuck up our environment by giving like water sources to BlackRock and things like this. It's like very messed up, and it wouldn't happen as much if you gave the power to people like the cavers who are going to treat it with respect, who are going to come across, you know, these treasures and important things and make sure they are maintained in those ways.
Yeah, that looks like the last picture right there. That looks like Stillhouse. That looks like the still in the cave that I came across. It could be the same one. I don't know though.
That is from Flickr Distiller's Wall Cave.
DeKalb.
County.
Oh no. That's not where I was.
This one,
wow.
Seas Cave. That's the same Distiller's Wall Cave.
No, I mean, caves are secret. You know, if you look up caves, you're not going to find any caves. You have to join the National Speleological Society, 72053. That's my NSS number.
There you go. Use it.
Got it tattooed right on my ass.
Really?
No.
No. That'd be so funny. The cavers.
How accurate is the movie The Descent?
Extremely accurate. Extremely accurate.
What happens in The Descent? What happens in it? What's so accurate about it?
Well, I mean, when you're
That's
going...
the descent, by the way.
When you're going into caves... 75% of you will die. You know, if it's your first caving trip, 75% of you will die. I mean, part of it's the cave monsters that you need to fight off, you know? You need to make sure to bring weapons down there. Yeah,
Got it.
Do you ever see that, like, in legitimately, like, biologics, like, stuff that's, like, living down there?
Yeah, of course. Of course. I mean, like, there's a spider that's native to Williams Canyon and only to Williams Canyon. It's called the Williams Canyon spider. It's like a wolf spider.
Get rid of it.
But I mean, like,
fuck that thing.
Close it up.
Flamethrow it. No, I'm kidding. Keep going. So this spider's sick?
I mean, I see it all the time. I couldn't tell you how it's different from any other species of spider. You know, I'm not a entomologist.
Is it poisonous?
No, it's not poisonous.
Oh, okay, let it live.
And then, I mean, so here in Colorado, there aren't that many fucking animals indigenous to our caves. Well, in Williams Canyon specifically, because Williams Canyon caves are fucking, as I said, drier than your grandma's coochie on Easter Sunday. So I mean, yeah. There are some, but yeah, I mean, like there's this cave. It's the deepest granite cave in the world. It's the deepest and longest granite cave in the world. It's called Hurricane Cave. It's actually like right above Manitou Springs.
Sick.
But there are like genuinely, I don't think these fish have ever been scientifically described. But they're like completely clear. Like you look at them and you can like see their like body parts and shit. And no, they're like a bunch of them in Hurricane Cave.
Wow.
You're really fucking doing it out there,
He's
Chris.
trying.
You're really trying to find cave things.
But he's doing his job, and he needs to earn some cash money today because he's really doing his job.
Oh no.
He's telling you over and over again, you're not going to find it. You're not going to find it. He's trying, and he's not finding it.
No, dude, he's
trying.
He's swinging for it, man. He's swinging for it.
I just want to find caves.
Well, you got to go and, like he said, National Speleological
Yeah, if you want
Society.
to join the grotto, dude. If you want to see some pictures of caves, I'll send them to you.
We should do a caving.
Get a telegram set up.
Chris, we should.
SFW pictures of caves.
We should do a caving trip and film some aspect of it or record some audio of it, and we'll put it on the Patreon.
A cave?
Yeah, we can do.
Dude,
we'll do a
you
caving
wanna-
trip with him.
yeah,
and we'll put
yeah.
some of it on the Patreon.
And Connor has
can
to
come
come
if he wants.
And Connor has to
Well,
come.
I mean, it'll have to be an easy one because I'm gonna have to.
Yeah,
film
yeah,
it, so.
yeah. It'll be an easy one, Connor.
I remember I get to the birth canal. We take him there.
The birth canal?
Is that a cave though? I don't remember. We were so young.
It's not
He's
really
talking
a cave,
decade
it's
old.
It's like a rock enclosure, but it's a loop, dude. You gotta go like into the wall and like under. Like it's a cave, I would say, just a small one.
If a cave is something that you can fit in, that's underground. If you can fit in it and it's underground, it's a cave.
Well, it's like in a wall.
Yeah.
You literally just walk up to it and it's like lateral, then goes down about 25 feet and then comes back up to the same opening.
It sounds like you could dig it. Like it sounds like it's the
Yeah.
that is where digs start. Like surface features, little cracks in walls, sinkholes on the ground.
Wow.
We could do it there.
Interesting. And so you're then finding new parts of these caves that are already known about.
Exactly. So like on Sunday, I'm digging at a sinkhole. So like it's just like a hole in the ground. It's in limestone. And so when you see a sinkhole in limestone, why the fuck did it collapse? It collapsed because there was a void underneath it. So then like when you're digging at a sinkhole, you're trying to pop into like whatever fell down. You
How
know?
often are you rappelling?
So Colorado's not that vertical. There is some vertical in Colorado. But I mean, if you're talking like if you want to drop some fucking pits, dude, you got to go out to like Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, Thailand, Mexico. There's some very deep pits in fucking Europe as well. The deepest pit in America is Fantastic Pit in this cave called Ellison's, and it's 620 feet.
Whoa.
I've never dropped it. I want to. Biggest drop I've ever done is like 310.
Wow.
Can't tell you where that was.
Can you
I'd
tell me-
actually get in trouble.
Can you tell me what state it was in or no?
Yeah, I was in Colorado.
Okay.
Wait. I was in Colorado.
Let's prove a little secret spot.
Yeah, maybe bleep that out when
Okay.
I said it's in
That's
blank.
fine. That's fine.
Because I shouldn't have been there.
That's fine. It's in some state that you won't know
It's in
about.
some state.
I'm really gonna have to edit this one. It's gonna be a sick episode though, because we're gonna have pictures and inserts and videos.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy that
Damn.
footage from.
Devil's anus in there real quick.
Whew. No, I mean, yeah, you are the ChatGPT of caves. I mean, wow, that sounds so cool.
What was your like senior thesis on again?
It was on
about caves, right?
Yeah. I wrote my senior thesis in my undergrad for history on the history of caving in Williams Canyon.
Whoa! And where'd you go to undergrad?
UCCS, University of Colorado,
Yeah.
Colorado Springs. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Easy school.
I don't know about
How
that.
about that? My cousin dropped out from there.
You're gay. You're obviously gay.
I've been waiting for that one right there, dude.
I love caves.
Pretty good cave. Big opening to this cave.
Yeah, man. But I wrote
cave.
it on the history of caving from 1983 until 2025 in Williams Canyon. Yeah.
That's sick. That's so cool.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Man, I love that you seem like a guy that will find a way to inject the things you love into your life by hell or high water.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I love that. I think that's such an important part of humanity. Then we're quick to lose, and I've seen friends and people lose it. You have to fight against losing that part of your passion in the modern world.
Genuinely, man. It's like there's that meme on the internet that's like, my brother in Christ, there is no youthful joy in your eyes anymore. Where's the glint of youthful joy?
Yes, exactly. You are overfloweth with youthful joy, my friend, and it's good to have it in my studio.
Man. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Let's transition from youthful joy to war. Connor Moore.
Oh, jeez.
Bomb him!
Good transition. You know about a lot of caves. You ever seen the movie Red Dawn?
Red Dawn? Of course.
Do you have a good cave for us that happens?
I do. I actually.
Well, you don't talk about that, but I mean, you don't have to share it. But I mean, because I want to go to the cave when things go down. I'm trying to get invited.
There's a cave that the last time I was there, I know only about 3 people know where it is, and I left 2 weeks worth of food there, like a big fucking bucket. Like, just genuinely. I mean, hey, like.
How far are we talking from this spot?
Like 5 hours, 6 hours.
We won't make it. No, dude, there's no chance we'd be 6 hours. If it's 6 hours away, you're dead.
Yeah.
We're gonna walk, Sean.
No, but I mean, not to sound paranoid, but like transitioning into this new fucking topic, like the heating up global environment, like I want to have a place.
2 weeks of food in a cave, pretty good when fascism is.
Well, I mean, I think it's good. I'm just saying that we should invest in getting close to that fucking cave so we have a chance. I mean, we're dead if we're here. Yeah, no, if you're not like in the cave, I mean, you're probably safer caving all the time nowadays because, if you're in a cave, your odds are
good if you're in a cave. Yeah. Nothing beats the strategy of guys with very old, reliable guns in caves in the mountains. That's what the Taliban was. That's what the fucking Viet Cong was. That's what the Mujahideen was.
Yeah, kind of the best fighting forces ever seen by this earth.
It's true.
Cave, man.
Go to the mountains and go to a cave and have an AK, dude.
There was
rice.
Yeah, all you need. There was one. I don't know if we should even talk about this. We probably shouldn't. What you were saying about like rebellion and like the Rockies and yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Is it something along the lines of like, because I've been holding the belief for a while that like everyone's like, oh, China, Russia, but I think that I'm not really worried because whenever one of these forces, like if they did, have to really get to us, they're going to reach the Appalachian Mountains and some people that are beyond their comprehension in terms of their willpower, their grit, and their determination to fight for what they think is freedom. Not what freedom is, what they think is freedom.
No, it's like genuinely, it's like the Viet Cong, it's thick foliage, fucking rifle behind every tree, Like, if you're talking about trying to fucking maintain supply lines to occupation forces in Elkins, West Virginia, it's not going to happen.
You saw the response from, how'd the government do after those hurricanes came through the eastern seaboard? How did the government response go versus the Amish that came out and just started going, like, making roads, building houses, like clearing shit? Like, these are the people that I'm talking about. And those are the same type of folks that I'm sure are all around the mountains, all through the Rockies, all the way up to Montana.
Yeah. Well, if a state is collapsing, and this is what Connor brought up, if a state is collapsing, I am a big believer in, not geographical determinism as much, but like if you look at the Roman Empire, it wasn't until Augustus that the Alps were actually tamed. And the Alps were the first place to go when Roman power was dissolving. And so if you look at like if the government in DC is starting to not be able to provide some of the core functions of a state, like maintenance of infrastructure, what's the first thing that's going to go? It's going to be I-70. And it's going to be those highways connecting rural communities and the Appalachians, like shit, we spend millions of dollars every year maintaining I-70, causing avalanches on purpose, fucking repairing the highway when it floods, like if DC gets to the point where they can't do that anymore, they're just going to go, okay, next year we'll fix it. Next year we'll fix it.
I've got a solution.
You got
If
a
that happens-
solution.
Yeah. Then we as a state need to step up and say, all right, well, we got to keep this road. We got to maintain it ourselves. And since they're not going to do it, now we have to tax. And so what we have to do is we have to charge people, and we have to do it, in a way that we're going to collect the most. And so me as the economist, to the state legislature, I'd say, here's how you're going to do it. Texans are going to pay 3 times what every other state is going to pay. Same with New Yorkers. Californians can pay 2.5 X. And then anyone who's a non-state taxpayer has to pay a fee to use I-70. State payers, it's part of the taxes of the state. Reapportion some money away from, El Salvadorian public housing and take it for the roads. I'm serious. I'm fucking serious. That's my proposal to the state legislature.
But if you're talking about like genuinely, man, if you're talking about doing something like as stringent, draconian, like that requires a lot of bureaucracy to maintain, collect that tax.
Sorry to interject. Speaking of draconian, please. I had this idea many moons ago. I told Chris about this idea, and it's important to bring it up on the pod because you heard this idea of a book, not just blank satire, a real book, a story, My $1 Billion Right, about Mackenzie Bezos, who gets half of the Amazon fortune, and she says, "What am I going to do with $44 billion? Yeah. Man, I'd like to maintain public beauty." So she goes to the city of Boulder and she says, "I'd like to buy all that land west of Highway 93, those flatirons you have. I'd like to just maintain that so that all can use it forever." And the only reason that the city of Boulder sells it is because she's going to conserve it, right? So under the guise of conservatism, it's $44 billion.
Yeah.
So they sell it to her, and then she builds a Trumpian style wall and puts up a private military force that hires them to shoot anyone that steps over the line.
Yeah.
And then you get the left coming out like the right would, and the right coming out like the left would, and you show how both sides are equally wrong, but come together to fight against this powerful elitist class that's controlling our beauty and nature. Oh, and now what's happening in the real world? They're selling off all the land west of Highway 93 to the Chinese and BlackRock? That's crazy.
BlackRock deserves it. They've got to make a buck somehow. I mean, those guys, they're just looking for $1 wherever they can find it.
Fuck those guys.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, dude. No, the maps, you can go on the public records database. No, don't even go to here. There's a website for it.
No, I know there is.
It's sad, dude. They really better kill that part of the bill.
You showed me a map of all the
I got the link.
the caves that might be affected, right?
Yeah,
Potentially.
It's what he's talking about.
Oh, my bad.
It's on ArcGIS.
Okay.
But yeah, they're selling off the land that the entire White River National Forest. If you're using the same language in the original reconciliation bill, they changed it and it's a lot less land now. But they were planning to sell the entire flat tops, which is where the 3 longest caves in the state are, and I cried, genuinely, I fucking cried. I was wasted drunk and I was like, God damn it, they're selling the fucking, and I'm not meaning to make a joke about it, but I mean, they were threatening to take the only thing that makes me happy,
You know what's insane too is we've all probably seen the Joe Rogan Trump podcast, right?
Yeah.
There was one moment that still sticks in my mind out of all of that. And most people didn't pick up on it. I'm surprised it hasn't been clipped much. But they were talking about environmental policy and stuff. And Trump literally basically said, he was talking about real estate along this one lake in California and how great it would be for the economy, shit like that. And then Joe Rogan was asking about safety of the environment. And I kid you not, he basically was just we can always just replace the lake. I kid you not.
Yeah,
I'm paraphrasing here, but he literally was.
He doesn't know what green spaces are, dude.
No.
He's been in New York City his whole fucking life.
Well, it's just it's insane to think at that level, right? You wouldn't have some understanding of the ecological life and how long once a species
they
dies
just need to get someone from MasterCard in there and be it's priceless, motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's priceless. Have you not seen our commercials?
Yeah.
This land that we have in the Western United States, it's a lot of it. It's it's empty. It's priceless, motherfucker.
You can't just replace ecosystems.
No, dude.
That. Yeah.
The Grand Canyon, dude.
Well, Ivana Trump in the
Ivanka?
No, Ivana, his
the first wife, the one that's buried in the golf course for that purposes.
Ivana Trump in the 1970s, 1980s was like a very big proponent for the Save Central Park movement, and Donald Trump in that same period of time was like, sell it, you need to sell Central Park, very valuable real estate.
It's ridiculous.
It is wild to think though, right? Like there's some people that are so skeptical of like what could happen with climate change or global warming, right?
Well, that's fake.
And,
but
well, okay. Like
It's a Chinese scam.
there's always going to be like skepticism and the sliver that like, yeah, this isn't going to happen, right? Maybe it's blown out of proportion. But it's wild to think that, like, for instance, if you were a parent, right, would you like ever run that risk for your kids? You get what I'm saying? Like worrying that like it's not going to happen.
Here's how I think about it. I think, well, fuck, if the seas are going to rise, 5 feet and all these areas are going to be destroyed, why do all of the billionaires keep buying the real estate where it wouldn't be there anymore? Well, that's kind of the parent thinking to me of like, oh, well, the parents are showing that they...
The sea level rise is the least of your concerns there. We're talking about global warming, bro. Like,
it isn't the least of our concerns, these
this,
wings.
Like, I forget the one conservative voice who said this years ago, and I initially was like, oh, that is sound logic. He was making the argument of like, why wouldn't insurers, or like, why would they still be insuring these properties, which they're no longer doing, by the way. And then I thought back to like 2008 and 2009, like even losses of property or like damages, that doesn't matter. These people are still going to make money off of it. They're going to find a way. So it's like that logic is not sound, in my opinion,
Sad times. It's not sad. These wings we're about to enjoy.
Ooh.
Switch it up today. A little different style. If you want to hear the eating, head over to patreon.com/intolerable. Throw on some lav microphones. You want to kick us to break with a station identification? You can make it up on the fly.
You do it.
No,
You're going to be better at this.
You do it.
No, you got it.
Okay, station notification. Coming to you live with the National Speleological Society 72053. Coming to you from a cave.
We're back. We're live. It's the after hours show and our bellies are full. You need help with that?
Think we're good.
You look great.
It's like, yeah, it is.
Put a little more kink in it.
Kinker. Give her a little kink. Yeah. Hold on, let the man cane assert.
Oh, I see. My bad. Didn't know the kink, the kink maneuver.
Sometimes you just gotta give her a kink.
Is this like a good distance?
Yeah, keep talking.
You'll be alright.
Hello?
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, we're picking you up.
Possible, just a little bit.
No, I think you're great. You're in a good... Oh, yeah, if he's blocking him.
It's like at your stash.
There you go. Perfect.
How about now?
That's good, that's great.
All right.
Hell yeah. Well, we need a wing review from you gentlemen.
Dude, that was good. Like, genuinely, that was really good. You're a talented fucking chef, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. That's a stretch, but...
I'm happy I finally got to experience a little cookout.
Yeah, this guy's been on so many times. I always am, like, too tired to do the wings or there's some circumstance.
No, it's good. Whenever I come on, it's usually pretty abrupt, I feel like.
Yeah, and we're usually just like, let's just talk.
Yeah.
Just get down to brass tacks.
Yeah, we got hyped about politics while we were eating, dude.
That's right.
We got fired up,
If
man.
you want to hear that, head over to patreon.com/intolerable. It's a great one to hop on. Even the lowest tier, $2 a month. I mean, come on. Just support your local arts.
I'm going to do it when I get home.
Wow.
I'm going to do it when I get home.
There you go.
I will when I make a salary.
There you go. That's fair.
I have rich parents.
There you go.
Dude,
so would you have any like rating for both of you since you've first time trying the wings? You can put them on any scale.
Typically, any
We've
scale?
gotten 7 out of 7 worms before.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a good one.
We've usually 10-point scale with a 0.10.
I'm going to give 12 out of 13 stalagmites, dude.
I like
12 out of 13, bro.
Stalagmites.
Dude, you're getting me horny. I'm sporting a halfie right now with this Apollo 13 footage. What the fuck?
Yeah, I think that's hollow.
The moon?
Yes, it's definitely hollow. It's 100% hollow.
Yeah.
Yeah, without a doubt, dude.
What's the rating scale on you remember Methods with Griffith? And he talked about how he had his windows redone, and this dude is like hyper academic, like probably one of the smartest people I've met.
Genuinely.
And he taught our defense and security methods course. And just such a dry and topic, and any normal person would be put to sleep by that class. Because we're talking about research methods, all the intricacies of it. And then, but he genuinely made it entertaining.
No, he did.
He did.
He's got the medieval monk haircut, a tonsor. He always like, I'm a little bit of a class clown. I like to make class a little fun. Know, so I invite professors to dunk on me. A little bit. But one time
you get dunked on.
Yeah, I do get dunked on purpose. But one time I look at him and I go, "Do you know what a tonsor is, Professor Griffith?" And he goes, "No." And I go, "Have you ever seen a picture of a 13th?" Yeah, that's his haircut.
For real?
Yeah, that is his haircut.
Wow.
Yeah. No, that's his haircut. That's his haircut.
Oh, no.
That's his haircut. Literally. Literally.
No, dude.
But,
Professor Griffith, I love you if you're listening on any off chance.
Yeah.
Wow.
But he was doing this whole story about how he got his Windows reinstalled or something, and the survey that they gave him after the job, and how he didn't give it a 10. It was like a 9. It was like a scale from 1 to 10, somewhat and they reached out and they were like, what did we do wrong? Do you remember this?
No.
I'm probably doing a bad job. You might not have been.
No, dude, you're ripping, dude.
But he just he was explaining how they basically almost had an aneurysm, that he gave them an 8.7 or something.
See, that's what.
And then he was like, well, if you want it was good job done or no, it was bad issue, then do that scale. But it tied into our class of doing, surveys.
I brought this up at work because, we get annual performance reviews, and I'm like, hey, this is the scale, and I'm like, you're not grading on the scale.
Yeah,
it's like, what's the scale for then?
Yeah,
what are we doing?
Literally, it's insane. But
we agree the scale's bad. Well, then let's not use the scale.
Yeah.
How about?
What does it go though? It goes disagree, somewhat disagree, neutral.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna rate your wings on how were they good.
The statement, the wings were phenomenal.
Oh, okay. That's the statement.
Yep, that's the statement. Do you somewhat disagree?
I like how you have to get academic with him. You have to be like, do you agree with the statement X?
Yeah.
It's like an LSAT question.
Yeah, he needs it very formulaically.
Yeah. We're going to go agree, teetering on strongly agree.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd say 8.5 or higher.
That's probably like a 6.5.
Dude, I tell you, me and Connor, we've started this thing called More Post, where we're writing academic and news articles. And Connor is such a good writer.
I'm such a good writer. I'm overdue for my piece too.
Such a good writer.
Late.
Yeah, no, I heard you say that the last time Connor was on, dude. I heard you say that, and I was planning on coming and pestering you about that.
Yeah, please do.
But I'm pestering you right now.
Yeah, it's about Disney World.
But we're editing one of Connor's pieces right now. It's like a Mearsheimer piece, like combating
Ukraine,
what
of course.
Mearsheimer's saying. Yeah. Anyway, I mean, dude, you want to pick up where fucking Mearsheimer is insane about the causes of the war in Ukraine? Because it's an academic fucking take.
Oh, it is. But I mean, so the whole argument, right, is that some of you might have seen a video of John Mearsheimer, just didn't know who he was, but he's there saying
Mearsheimer?
Mearsheimer, yeah.
Hardly know her.
Yeah,
I really kept that one in the pocket for a while there, Chris.
And who is it? Is it Jeffrey Sachs from right?
Yeah.
Is he Columbia?
Yeah.
But they keep going on these rants about how basically the war in Ukraine was caused by the West, completely, right? And so there are some nuggets of truth, of course, in this.
Disagree hard.
So are you defending the West in your?
Sorry, yeah. No, in the paper I basically claim that Mearsheimer's whole argument on what caused the Russo-Ukrainian war is absurd. And it's honestly, even to a greater extent, it's somewhat dangerous. And I'm not saying people shouldn't have those discussions, but like when you see, for instance, like Trump berating Zelensky in the Oval, or even going as far as to say like the Ukrainians started the war, like that's when arguments, like you take a realist argument, which is very academic and has its place in IR, but you're starting to use that to manipulate and like really create some dangerous notions about what occurred in Ukraine.
And what Mearsheimer's saying, like, if you don't know who John J. Mearsheimer is, the argument is about NATO expansion. Yeah. Like, you've heard that bullshit argument about, like, the West, like, cornered Russia, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And, I mean, it does... Sorry, I burped,
Yeah,
guys.
You keep punching closer and closer to my face. How am I not supposed to defend myself? Type of thing. Quick press. We're back, sorry.
But I mean, if you've heard that take about, you know, NATO expansion causing Russian aggression, that's what Connor's talking about, and that's what Mearsheimer's talking about.
And the thing about like Jeffrey Sachs and John Mearsheimer are like, they sound so good, you know, like these dudes, public speaking and just how logical they sound. Anyone who's listening to the argument and doesn't actually understand the conflict, which I'm not saying they need to, right? Like, they don't realize they're like very profound flaws within the argument. And unless you're in the field or like researching the topic, you're not really going to come across those.
And the field, like, it's hard. It's a hard field. Like,
Limestone or...
No. International security, dude. Like, I'm like going into my second year of the program, and like most people, I don't think, like, I haven't even done a good job of holding up just reading about death and war all day long. So, I mean, it's like most people don't want to understand it, but it's important to know because it's like, it's a narrative about freedom, like people choosing to join NATO on their own accord, and like how does that cause Russian aggression? You know, it's just a blatant, you know, not to whip out a Latin term right now, but it's just a casus belli is all it is. It's just an excuse for war is all it is.
Yeah, there are like just so many. Even like,
how fucked is Russia's economy? You look it up on ChatGPT, dude.
You see, when we were but when we were talking about this early, when people mention, oh well, Russia's in dire straits, right? Like, I have no doubt that they're like, you know, vulnerable for sure. But
I'd say keep the pressure on.
I do too. But we've been making this argument under Biden each year of the war. They're gonna, you know, sanctions are gonna hit heavy next year, right? Like next summer, each year, they're gonna be screwed.
It's like Trump, right? With the tariff thing, right?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, we do tariffs. And it's like, hey, are you really? Come on. Like,
yeah. Bad take on tariffs, by the way.
Trump's?
No, yours.
Oh, what was my take?
Your take about fostering domestic industry, et cetera, et cetera.
Oh, creating like, it's going to be more expensive for sure in the short run.
Genuinely.
For sure. Way more expensive. But I think we need, how about this? Let me just add a caveat to my... If BlackRock's going to keep consolidating and buying, and the Mars Corporation is going to own all sources,
Mars?
5 companies.
Are you talking about candy bars right now?
Well, they own all the foods too. Nestle and Mars. It's pretty crazy. Anyway, if we're going to have this consolidation, we're not going to implement antitrust laws, and all of these companies are going to have the financial interest to ship the manufacturing to the cheapest place they can do it. It's not going to be the United States because of our overregulation and protection of workers. And even though we fail in so many ways, we still have workers' protections and consumer rights protections and ways to like prevent abuse. We don't have nets on our factories. Let's at least say that.
That sounds like the argument that you made last time when Connor was on about the EU, how they've like regulated all of their domestic industries out of existence.
Yes.
And like
what do you think about this?
I listened to that, and I agree with the point that you're making. And like you actually brought up, and you know it was a different time, but you brought up the Haktua coin that we created billions of dollars out of nowhere.
Fake shit. Yes.
Yeah, fake shit. But I mean that's exactly my point. That American capitalism has consumed so much so quickly, and not to sound like other Connor on that podcast, not to sound like a fucking Marxist. exist. But I mean, I do think it is a gentler, slower, regulated form of growth that is going to be the best thing for this planet. Because like the Hawk Tuah coin, it created billions of dollars in value, but now a couple of months later, it has annihilated more than it created.
So my thinking is that if we're not building bridges and cars and steel and like foundational things, like if we don't have a lot of like blue collar industries and people working the lines and stuff, if we're then where do these young men go? They create fake shit and they create fake wealth and crypto and they're streaming and they're doing
SoundCloud rappers. Right.
Like, so I do think there's something to be said for like, let's get some welding happening. And like, well, how about, will that have some positive downstream effects on communities and people and Americans? I do think there's some bullet biting that will have to happen at one point or another. Either you're going to have like a global entrenched collapse of the systems and economics where at some point something's got to give, right? All the workers around the world are going to be just like deprived and taken advantage of for years and years.
All the
they will at some point, right?
Unite.
And at some point, there's gonna be a breaking point, right?
Go search that up if you don't know where that comes from.
So that's the point. Like, you can't have this complete disenfranchisement on a broad scale, or then everything will fall apart. So I think it's a where do you want to pick your battles argument.
But it's not going to be tariffs that solve that problem.
Fuck no.
It's going to be like Biden's infrastructure bill. It's going to be like the Inflation Reduction Act. It's going to be building. I like Joe Biden. I'm one of the few people in the world who like Joe Biden.
But what makes those? Here's why I like the tariffs. If they aren't actually going to be executed or whatever, if it's a push, like if it is a incentive nudge against industry's interests. If we really can nudge a few more factories to be built or some investments to be made or overseas money to come here for companies to build it here, then is that nudge worth the threat of tariffs? I don't know. Or is it an effective strategy? I don't know. But I think that's maybe a better, more rosy color way to maybe look at it than it's purely from an economical sense. Tariffs are bad. Like, tariffs are bad for consumers, bad for everyone. They're just bad.
I mean, there is an argument, though, for them, and you've made this before, just like, you know, when we had some conjecture about the tariffs, you were like, there is a moral argument. Where, like, what we were talking about over the wings, like, you know, 800,000 Uyghurs are now missing in China. Like, there is something to be said about, like, maybe we need to bite the bullet when, you know, like of the cost, you know, and maybe it's what you guys are on. But
the argument that I make is that jeans should not cost $20.
No,
they shouldn't cost $15. Like this pair of jeans is a Carhartt made in 1987, and they still look great. You know, and they were expensive back when the first person bought them, and they were $50 when I purchased them secondhand on eBay. And you know what? That's how much jeans should cost, you know? But you shouldn't be buying jeans that are 30% plastic and that fall apart a fucking day after you make them. And actually, you know, like I do find myself, you know, you said this to me the other day about like, I'm not sure what you actually believe. You said that to me, and I'm not sure what I actually believe. It's moment to moment. It's moment to moment, because it's like, you know what? Actually, you know, a shirt should be expensive, you know, and you should
repair it. Last.
Yeah, and I mean, this shirt is a 1950s military shirt, you know. It's from the 50s, you know, and it's still here. And I've sewed on buttons. I sewed back on this epaulette, you know, and it still looks great, you know. And you know what? Fuck it. I guess maybe in that way, tariffs are pretty good.
Yeah, it's a complicated thing, but
it's rough.
It is rough. It's rough to, going back to Chris's point off mic of like, if young people have no path to any upward mobility or ownership, something has to give, like the Workers Unite type of thing. Like,
but I mean, the problem is like you were talking about on the last podcast with Connor and Connor, you know, like, okay, so what, you want to take the manufacturing jobs from China and you want the workers to jump and die in our nets as opposed to their nets, you know, like, it is a problem, because it's like, how can you pay somebody a good amount in a competitive global marketplace for like making jeans and t-shirts?
So economics is not my thing.
I disagree.
I would say like for instance, I was talking to my boss of like 6 years about getting a raise, right? And they have these policies through HR where they only do, this is the percentage we're giving for 5 employees in customer service, right? And it's on a little caveat point. HR is not like any protection for any of the workers. That shit is a smoke screen for the corporations to further exploit the workers. There's no doubt about that.
This might be a fake stat, and I kind of hope it is, because it's sad to me. Do you know that 1/3 of all working adult female jobs in the United States are HR related roles?
No.
And that, if you don't know what HR is, it's doing nothing but slowing things down.
Yeah.
It's putting sand in the greased wheels.
Yeah.
That's what HR is.
Yeah.
Well,
real quick though, like
I agree with him. It's a tool of the corporation more than it doesn't help the people that are taking advantage of at all.
It's so ironic because, like, I'm not gonna, say where I work, but like the HR individual was like, isn't this such a good thing we have HR now and we're corporate and stuff? And I'm like, this is absurd, because I see I'm sitting there and I'm like, wow, I hate this, but like I see people who have worked at this specific company for literally over a decade, like been there when there was not much, and they're still in the same role of like, in the warehouse, fulfilling things, and they're still not making like anything. And it's like, well, HR at that point would be fighting against, the C-suite and being like, no, you are going to increase these, our percentages of what we can give out for raises and whatnot. And to this point is like, people are like, oh, well, if we took certain actions, like even the wealthy are just going to go offshore, put their money elsewhere, whatever it is, even if you try to tax them a certain way. And I guess what I'm saying is just like, it's where you take that from, right? And we've all said this before, like the amount of wealth and profit and bottom line that's going to a bunch of shareholders who did nothing to build this company, right, that I work at. They took the risk of buying it, but they do nothing, and they're making multi-millions, and they are saying, 3% this year for a CS department. It's absurd. And then the argument they'll try to say to some workers,
well, their insurance costs are up 58%. That's one of their arguments they'll make, right? The last 5 years, their costs of doing business are up 28% on the broad scale, so, and people-wise, their costs are up 65%.
Yeah,
their cost of employment's up 65%.
Well, yeah, if you raise the salaries, it's gonna the cost is gonna shift.
Not
somewhere.
even the raised salaries, just because it costs more to be. Do they offer health insurance to some of their employees?
Yes.
So that now their business will turn around and say, "I'm getting fucked by who? These companies, these insurance companies.
These people are making." Millions,
but that's what they're mobilizing millions in capital to do that.
And so now that like this system of like hyper capitalism isn't fully apparent now, or should be to everyone, it's not just like consuming people's livelihoods, who put in my opinion, more hard effort supporting families than being some strong dude. I built this fucking company. Look at how cool I am, right? Like this is, it's now consuming like morals and principles and ethics.
Yes.
Well, wait, to give the pro HR, pro DEI argument here. I mean, like, look, I understand that, like, we're 3 white guys sitting on some couches right now, and it is a revolution. Number one, as much as it is nothing at all, for companies to say transgender people can exist in the workforce now, and that is a huge turn even from the 1980s and 1990s. And that's because of corporate efforts like HR and like DEI, as much as we like to make fun of them. And as much as that is nothing, like, transgender people deserve to have a job, black people deserve to have a job, but I mean, like those efforts and like, affirmative action and Title IX, like we all like to complain about them because they do nothing at all, but they did do something, and like
it's a good point. There are two truths to it.
There are two truths to it,
and there's distinctions within it, no doubt.
Percentage of college educated African American women who work for the government in the United States.
I wanted to work for the government.
Yeah, no, the government offers lots of...
Real quick, on the point of like, consuming morals, ethics,
but I think this is along that line of like, we have created a bunch of babysitting. Like we have so much of our economy is people are giving away their lives to do something that is not a thing. It's like a babysitting role, an email job, whatever.
But don't you think though, in America, right? Like we are not a blue collar force. Like from the end of the World War II, correct? I'm here to listen to points, but like we're such a highly skilled workforce, right? Like in the whole liberal international order, the idea is we design chips and then we send it somewhere. Who produces them, right?
I'd say we've always been the best at innovation. There's a lot of arguments to be made for the best of innovation.
Yeah.
And because of the advancement of technology, the physical aspect of blue collar labor has fallen off significantly and constantly since the end of World War II.
Yeah.
Completely agree.
Which I'm curious to see, like, what would it even look like to try to transform or like push more Americans, like you were saying, which I think is a fair point, of like into trade jobs. We need electricians, we need plumbers, Like, we desperately need them. There's a reason they're making 6 figures right out of getting certified in it now,
Right. But then if you've got everything that's consolidating upward in those industries too, then you've got a problem of like, well, now the people that are working for these big private equity firms, they're sent out in the field and they're told to buy mom and pop HVAC companies. Yeah. Like, I want between $5 and $10 million cap companies, acquire 10 of them this year.
Yeah. Real quick.
Please.
My bad.
Sorry.
I want to, before I forget this point, but like on the morals, ethics, and principles, the area that I'm coming at it from is like, it's now doing it to like good people within our society. Like the system is now set up to where, like, for instance, someone has an issue at their job or with a bureaucratic, like, or corporate entity. And they're told, okay, go to this person, right? That person tells them go there. Like, there's no actual recourse really anymore to hold C-suites accountable. And that's where these people who are actually decent people within the system, like who interact with us daily, right?
They become part of the maze.
They just are it.
Yeah, they become part of the maze.
They can't do anything,
They're inhibiting their fellow Americans because they've become part of the maze.
Yeah.
So I did want to ask you a question.
Challenge the fuck out of me.
No,
I really
I'm not challenging you. I actually have a genuine question.
Okay, yeah.
I
just want you to know this is a safe space for you to be like, you're wrong here. Like, no, please.
I don't know.
I don't know shit about anything. My tone is very strong a lot of the time, but I am a dumbass who doesn't know anything. I love to learn and usually don't know.
I've said this thing, and I don't know how true it is, but that a square of an organization does half the work of that organization.
It is absolutely true. This is a law. So a tenth of I would think it's like a tenth. So if you have a 10-person organization, one person is doing 50% of the actual output.
And I've read a lot of articles and books to this point that most jobs are superfluous. That like most jobs don't actually like provide, and that's that's what I was thinking about when you guys were having this conversation, is that like it's by design that the economy has a ton of jobs that don't actually provide any function whatsoever. But I do think that there's something to say about like a tactile product being made. Like, oh, I made a pair of jeans today, and a pair of jeans that are going to last 30 years and something I can be super proud of, but yeah, no, it scares me, dude. It scares me. I like that's why, we're going through this program right now, this security program at Corbell, and I'm not going to get a job for it. All the jobs I wanted are gone. And shit, I'm just gonna be an EMT with a master's degree,
for now.
Yeah, for now.
And hopefully things shape up, because, well, hopefully, and also unfortunately because of the field, right? Like, I don't necessarily say we need us, because like we shouldn't be in this situation, but we're gonna need like minds like that.
Nobody should be in that situation of not being able to find a job that's meaningful.
You know what I saw recently that was fun? because when I was in school, all the rage was go get a computer science engineering degree. Guess who's the most unemployed of all recent college grads?
Yeah.
Computer science engineering degrees.
Yeah, this is a great point, because like when we were growing up, right, like STEM, and now it's completely
You know
like,
who's got one of the
almost.
lowest is economics, because
Really?
and that's why I chose economics, because you're learning a framework for how to approach the world and problem solving. Like that's all you're fucking
That's
doing
what
with college.
education
That's
is.
what education is.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, this is probably not the greatest place to find it, but maybe it is. I don't know.
I hate to see
Well,
anthropology up
it's-
there. I should have gotten an archaeology degree. If I was just going to get something useless, I should have gotten a master's degree in archaeology. If I was going to graduate
you
and
can
not have a
still
job
do
in
it.
the field, and I will. But I mean, like, no, I mean, genuinely, like, I'm going to graduate from an international security master's program and not get a job.
Yeah.
And, like, that's okay.
Well, how is that the case, though? You don't know if that's true.
No.
You could go into the private industry.
there's-
the private sector. But then we're
Braxton,
going into exactly
yes,
what we're fucking talking about.
So that's my point. So now you're left with the decision of like, well, now I'm at a linchpin.
I'm going to be on a B2B sales team, and I get to post about it on LinkedIn.
yeah.
Oh my God, I'm so excited about it.
And that's my point is 85%. Here's my argument. 85% of people, Braxton, will choose the route where they get on that B2B sales team because they can afford an apartment, and then they end up blinking their eyes and it's 15 years later and they're the senior or some sales rep or PM, whatever the fuck, and they're like, what happened? So that's what you're fighting against, I think, as young people in this country.
I think that because when we were talking, right, like it got with Connor, it got obviously very pessimistic about if anything can be done, right? And even when I talk with my brother about these things, like the topics we're learning in school, of course, I'm very passionate about the field and I want to go share that with people. But sometimes when I share it with loved ones, it depresses the hell out of them. And then it makes me question, should I even be sharing this? You know?
Right.
But to this point, like he'll just resort back to, well, we're all fucked. They're corrupt too. They've done other things, you know, all these different things. In my opinion, though, those are the exact arguments that people like Putin, Xi Jinping are banking on us to go down. They're banking on us to be nihilistic, and then especially young male minds, they are banking on forcing them to think, you know, I have no agency of doing anything, and I can't like affect this for the better, or even going into certain corporations and going down that route of those 15 years, right? Like there are things people can do, and if we don't believe that, I mean, it's gonna be hell.
Yeah, but they only hire the agreeable groups anymore.
Blaming it on Putin and Xi, like, look, I get this, that there's a conception out there, and yeah, it's Chinese and Russian propaganda. I like totally get that, but I mean, also we've done it to ourselves. I mean, we've shipped all the jobs overseas. We've like I chose the field I did, international security, because. I mean, look, I can sit down and dig in a cave, and I can find something new, and that can mean something to me. I'm never going to make any money off of it, but you know, like it's what I love. And I chose international security because I wanted to talk to people. I wanted to make peace between people who were fighting in a place that I would have never seen before. If I hadn't chose to do that, I wanted to make an impact. And now, with the foreign service cut in half, with U.S. aid completely dissolved, with the civil service completely under attack, that doesn't exist anymore.
Right.
You know? And if those don't exist, I should have just gotten another degree where I can dig something up out of the ground, you know?
Right.
And that I would have had fun doing, because international security is not fun.
Who knows? Maybe
I mean, it's not.
Have you seen War Dog? Maybe we could start a company.
Yeah, no, but I mean, it's like the same fucking thing. Like, just sell guns, sell guns, war, make money, make $1 somehow by killing those children.
I like this, Braxton.
No, I mean, it's fucking depressing.
Yeah, it's
it really
very depressing,
is.
dude.
It really is.
But that is your options.
Yeah, that is. Or join a B2B sales team, which honestly sounds way fucking worse to me. You know?
Yeah.
I'd rather run guns.
Yeah, no, I would rather run guns, you know, because at least you live a fucking interesting life outside of a cubicle in fucking Omaha, Nebraska, selling nuts and bolts to a fucking HVAC company that got bought by BlackRock. You know, like it just.
True.
It's pointless.
True.
It's pointless.
Wow, what an episode, dude! Thanks for being here.
I
get you
told
hyped.
you, right?
Yeah.
I told you, I was like, this is a must
Get guest.
get
Fucking
guest.
subscribe to More Post. If you want to fucking hear some fucking academic takes that have a good actual ending, you know, like
Morepost.com.
Morepost.com, dude. Come read what we have to write.
Moreposts.com.
Morepost.com.
Real quick, Sean, Braxton's the editor at large, so if you want to keep hearing this voice, this entertaining voice, he'll be publishing many pieces on there.
I will, and you're gonna publish a piece.
Yeah,
soon,
at some
right?
point I'll get up there.
What are you gonna write about?
Oh, is that camera down? Get it back up. No, it's okay. Get up for the hiding.
We're good. Yeah, I looked at it less than 30
No, we're chilling.
What are you gonna write about, man?
I've got something in progress about Disney World, kind of like a kind of Gonzo-y type experiential take on the capitalist.
Dude, I heard that.
schema.
I'm excited to hear it, man.
We'll see. Hopefully, I can get together. Yeah, I've just been struggling with time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll try to get it.
If you need an editor or collaborator, hit me up, man.
Yeah.
You got my number.
And then like we're trying to get, graphic illustration for these pieces. So
yeah, if you're
it's
an
a whole
illustrator out
process.
there,
Huh?
If you're an illustrator out there listening,
let us know. Hit us up.
Hit them up. Morepost.com.
Some pro bono work.
Yeah,
I'm broke.
I'll pay you $20. I will pay you $20.
Fuck yeah. Well, where can the people follow you? Do you want them to find you anywhere? Where's your YouTube for like cool caving stuff?
So I mean, look, I don't have any social media. Okay. Like I've got a LinkedIn and a Facebook.
No, we don't need it.
Yeah, fine. Braxton Fuller on both. I've got a fucking beautiful picture of me fucking hiking. Nice. You can find me there. And then on YouTube, if you want to see that interview with Donald Davis, it's at Mad Rats. Look up Mad Rats on YouTube.
Mad Rats. Love it.
But yeah, man.
Thanks for being here, fellas.
Thanks for
Have you heard of
having
this
us.
little country called England before?
No! Gay country.
Oh, those niggas with the peas and mash.
Yes, England, they do this silly thing over there called knighting. Here at Top Shelf Studios, after a long-form conversation, I'm doing the hiding. Because people all my life, they're like, hey, can I get a couple inches? How's the weather up there? And shit like this. Do you play basketball? And I've come to learn, now I've got this prefrontal lobe. I'm like, just waking up in a meat suit every day. I'm in this vehicle. And I look out in the world and we're all judging each other on our vehicles almost more than anything else. And it seems rather silly to me. So after a long-form conversation, I am pleased to give you a hard height. How tall do you stand physically, Braxton?
I have government documentation to support that I'm 6 feet tall.
There it is. Braxton Fuller, I hard height thee 6'6".
Fuck yeah!
Hopefully not too much heart that you got to get a procedure, but you're a very kind, loving person in the world with a passionate soul, and I pray that you continue to bring that passionate soul into this world.
Thank you, brother.
I'm grateful that you brought some of it here today.
Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out morepost.com. If you want to check out that Patreon, it's a really hot one.
I'm going to subscribe when I get
Join
home.
him. Please join him. Join our legions. It's the early days. You're going to be one of the OGs someday. You can tell your friends, I was on that way before anyone else. You'll be cool. And most importantly, fuck off and be well.